Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. You guys sent in some super interesting stuff about AI and protein research.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to try to unpack that today. Specifically, we're looking at ESM-Cambrian and AlphaFold,
Right.
two AI systems that are, well, they're making some pretty big waves in the world of protein research.
Yeah.
So I guess let's just jump right in. What is it about proteins that makes understanding their 3D structure so important?
Well, proteins are like these tiny little machines, They're incredibly complex, and they do pretty much all the work in living organisms.
Ah,
Yeah. And they're made up of these chains of amino acids, right? And those chains fold into these really specific 3D shapes.
okay.
And it's that shape that actually determines what the protein does.
Oh, interesting.
Like how it interacts with other molecules. So, scientists have been working forever to figure out these protein structures
Yeah.
using experiments and things like that. But those methods are really slow and expensive.
I can imagine.
That's where AI comes in. It's like AI is here to speed things up dramatically.
So that's where ESM-Cambrian and AlphaFold come in.
Exactly.
And they both use deep learning to predict the protein structures, right?
Yeah, based on the sequence of amino acids.
Okay.
But there are some key differences between the two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like what?
Well, for one, their focus is different. Like
The-
ESM-Cambrian or ESMC, it's really designed to understand the biology of proteins from their sequences.
Huh.
And AlphaFold is more focused on just predicting that 3D structure directly.
So it's kind of like ESMC is trying to learn the language of
Yeah.
proteins, and AlphaFold is more about translating
Exactly.
specific phrases.
That's a really good way to put it. Like ESMC is learning the grammar, the
Yeah.
rules
Oh,
that
yeah.
tell proteins how to fold and function.
Mhm.
And that lets it do some pretty amazing things, like design new proteins with specific properties. Yeah, AlphaFold is incredibly accurate at predicting existing structures,
Oh, yeah.
but it doesn't have that same depth of biological understanding.
So that kind of makes me think about generative versus discriminative models.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Would you say that's relevant here?
Definitely. ESMC is generative, meaning it can create new protein designs, right? Like from scratch, based on what it's learned.
Uh-huh.
But AlphaFold is discriminative. So it's better at classifying and predicting existing structures.
So ESMC is like the composer creating new melodies.
Yes.
And AlphaFold is more like a music critic judging existing pieces.
I love that analogy. And that difference actually affects their scalability and accessibility too.
Right. And, one of the things that's really impressive about ESMC is that it comes in different sizes,
Right.
meaning it can run on different computing resources.
Absolutely.
Some can even run on a personal computer.
Yeah, which is huge. It means you don't need a supercomputer to do protein research anymore.
It's amazing. That really, it democratizes the field.
Absolutely.
And the article you sent about evolutionary scale,
Yeah.
the company behind ESMC, just the sheer amount of data that ESMC learns from,
It's mind-boggling.
it's insane. Like the scale of all life on Earth.
It's like reading the entire library of life to understand proteins,
And it uses this technique called masked language modeling. What is that?
So imagine you have a sentence and some of the words are blanked out, right?
Okay.
ESMC is trained to predict those missing words just based on what's around them, like a giant game of Mad Libs,
Oh, wow.
but with proteins. So by playing that game,
Yeah.
it learns the rules, the grammar of proteins, and how those amino acid sequences turn into those 3D structures.
Okay, so the more data it's trained on, the
Right.
better it understands structure and function.
Exactly. And what's even cooler is the researchers found that as they trained ESMC on more data, the better it got at predicting protein structures, even for proteins it had never seen before.
So it's not just about predicting existing structures.
Yeah.
You're saying it's uncovering these fundamental patterns
Yeah.
within protein sequences.
Right, like hidden connections that we haven't even begun to understand. And these larger AI models, like ESMC, could be the key to unlocking those secrets.
It's Bunker trying to decipher the fundamental code of life itself.
That's exactly what it feels like.
It's incredible. And speaking of, the possibilities and the power of this technology,
Yeah.
evolutionary scale, they seem to be really emphasizing responsible development.
Absolutely.
You could talk a bit about that.
Yeah. So they've got this framework in place to assess and mitigate the risks that come with this technology.
Okay.
And they're working with experts from different fields, government, policy, civil society, to make sure this tech is used ethically.
So they're being very proactive.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Yeah.
this stuff is powerful and, it could be misused.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen that with a lot of technology.
It's true. So transparency and collaboration are super important here. We need to talk about the risks and benefits, and we need everyone at the table, ethicists, policymakers, scientists, everyone.
It sounds like collaboration is key here, not just between scientists,
Right.
but across different parts of society.
Exactly.
Well, with ESMC and AlphaFold leading the way, we're entering a whole new era of protein research.
Totally. It's an exciting time.
So I'm ready to dive deeper. What about you?
Let's do it. Let's see how they're using this tech to solve real-world problems. So the potential applications for this stuff are pretty huge.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, we're talking medicine, bioengineering, even things like climate change.
You mentioned medicine before.
Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest impact these AI tools could have on medicine?
Well, drug discovery is definitely up there.
What do you mean?
Like, imagine designing drugs that can target very specific proteins,
Right.
proteins that are involved in diseases,
Mhm.
right? And you could make these super effective treatments with way fewer side effects.
That'd be a game changer.
Right. And researchers are already using AlphaFold to do this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They're studying the proteins involved in cancer, infectious diseases, things like that.
So they can essentially stop the disease in its tracks.
That's the idea. They figure out the structure, and then they can design drugs that just shut those proteins down.
That's incredible. So AlphaFold is being used to develop new drugs.
Yeah, totally. But it can also help us understand the drugs we already have.
Really?
Like how a drug binds to its target protein,
Oh, yeah.
which can help us figure out why some people respond differently to the same medication.
So it's about personalized medicine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like figuring out how someone's genes affect their proteins, and then you can tailor treatments for them.
Wow. What about ESMC? How's it impacting medicine?
Well, because ESMC can design new proteins.
Right.
It's being used to create proteins with therapeutic properties.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. For example, they're designing proteins that act like antibodies
Oh, wow.
to target specific disease-causing agents.
So instead of just blocking existing proteins, it's making new ones to fight disease.
Yeah. And they're even designing proteins that can deliver drugs more effectively.
Really?
Yeah. So the drug goes exactly where it needs to go in the body.
So less side effects and better outcomes.
You got it.
This is amazing. What about applications in other fields?
Oh, there's tons. Bioengineering, for one.
Okay.
I mean, proteins are essential for so much in biology.
Yeah.
So you can use these tools to engineer all sorts of things. Like researchers are using ESMC to design enzymes.
Enzymes?
Yeah, enzymes that break down pollutants.
You mean like plastic?
Exactly. So we can use AI to clean up the environment.
That's wild.
And you can also use it to design biomaterials.
Biomaterial?
Yeah, stuff with all sorts of cool properties, stronger, more flexible, biodegradable.
So like sustainable manufacturing.
Precisely.
Powered by AI.
Pretty much. And when it comes to climate change, researchers are even looking at how ESMC can design proteins that capture carbon dioxide from the air.
Really?
Yeah. Imagine these proteins could be used in all sorts of things, like industrial processes or even engineered plants.
Wow. So AI could help us fight climate change.
Yeah, no, it's crazy to think about, right?
It is. It really shows how these different fields are all connected.
Totally.
And how these AI tools could have a massive impact across the board.
Yeah, the potential is huge, but we've got to be careful too, right?
What do you mean?
We got to make sure we develop and use this tech responsibly.
Absolutely. How do we do that?
Well, transparency is a big one.
Okay.
We need open communication about the risks and benefits of these technologies.
Yeah.
We need to bring everyone to the table. Ethicists, policymakers, the scientific community, you name it.
It sounds like collaboration is key.
It really is. We got to work together to figure out the guidelines and regulations so that we can make sure this tech is used for good, while still allowing for innovation and progress.
Makes sense. This has been a super interesting conversation.
Yeah, I know. It's fascinating stuff.
So, before we wrap up,
Yeah.
what do you think the future holds for this field?
Oh, man.
Oh.
I think we're just scratching the surface.
What do you mean?
I think we're going to see even more powerful AI models soon. Ones that can tackle even harder biological problems. Like, imagine AI that can predict how multiple proteins interact.
Okay.
Not just a single protein, but how they work together to form these complex molecular machines.
Wow.
Right, because most biological processes involve a bunch of proteins interacting.
Right.
So to really understand those processes,
Yeah.
we need to understand how they function as a system, not just individual parts.
I see.
And with these more advanced AI systems, it becomes even more important to think about ethical development and equitable access.
Right.
We need to make sure everyone benefits from this, not just a select few.
Absolutely. This technology has the power to change everything.
It really does.
It's exciting and a little bit scary.
Yeah, I know. But it's definitely something we need to be talking about.
This has been a great deep dive.
Thanks. I'm glad we could chat about this.
We've covered a lot.
Yeah, we have.
From the basics of proteins to all these potential applications of ESMC and AlphaFold.
It's wild, right?
So, as we wrap things up,
Yeah.
what are some of the key takeaways you want to leave our listeners with?
I think the biggest takeaway is that we're in the middle of a protein revolution.
Yeah.
And AI is leading the charge. This technology can revolutionize medicine, bioengineering, even how we understand life itself.
Well said. It's been amazing exploring these breakthroughs with you.
Likewise, always a pleasure.
But before we go, I have one final question for our listeners.
Okay.
Now that we have these amazing AI tools, what will you do with them? How will you contribute to this protein revolution? It's something to think about. The future of biology is in our hands.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy to think that just a few years ago,
I know, right?
predicting protein structures with this kind of accuracy was, like, impossible.
Yeah.
And now, with ESM-Cambrian and AlphaFold,
It's becoming, like, routine.
it's amazing. What do you think has led to this rapid progress?
I think it's a bunch of things coming together at the right time.
Like what?
Well, you've got the advances in computing power, obviously.
Right.
We've got tons of data now, these massive data sets. And then you've got the breakthroughs in deep learning algorithms. It's all happening at once, and it's really exciting.
So what's next? What's the next wave of innovation going to look like?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Any predictions?
Well, I think we're going to see these AI tools become even more integrated with experiments.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's not about replacing scientists,
Right.
It's about giving them superpowers. AI can generate hypotheses, help design experiments, analyze the data.
So scientists can focus on the bigger picture.
Exactly. It's
Right.
all about humans and AI working together.
Yeah, like a partnership.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
I think we're going to see a lot more focus on using these tools to tackle those really complex biological problems.
Those you were talking about before.
Yeah. Like imagine AI systems that can simulate how all these different proteins interact.
Not just one at a time.
Nope. Like how they come together to form those molecular machines.
That seems so complicated.
It is, but it's super important if we want to understand how biological systems actually work.
Like on a larger scale.
Yeah. Think about how cells communicate, how tissues grow, how diseases develop.
Okay.
All of that involves tons of proteins interacting with each other.
Right.
So if we want to understand those processes, we need to understand how those proteins work together as a system.
It's like, going from understanding individual words to understanding whole sentences and paragraphs.
Exactly. It's about seeing the bigger picture.
But as these AI systems get more and more sophisticated,
Yeah.
it seems like responsible development and ethical considerations become even more important.
Oh, absolutely. We can't forget about that.
Right. We need to make sure everyone has access to these benefits.
For sure. This technology has the potential to change so much.
I know. It's pretty mind-blowing.
It really is. It could transform healthcare, help us solve global challenges, even change how we understand life itself.
Well said. It's been an incredible journey exploring all of this with you.
I've had a blast. Thanks for having me.
As we wrap up this deep dive, I just want to say to our listeners,
Yeah.
this is just the beginning. The world of protein research is wide open, and with these powerful AI tools, who knows what we'll discover next. Thanks for joining us.